Hello, my fellow J-men. I hope y'all are having an excellent Saturday. Today we have an awesome haul video for y'all. The next few months, I'm thinking haul videos might have to go. I'm thinking every few months maybe we can have one. And today this is kind of my I don't care scruff type look. I've actually trimmed up the beard. I finally decided it's summer, time to go with the summer, but never mind what's around it. But anyway, sorry, enough about my facial hair. Anyway, so yeah, I definitely have a lot of goodies to share with you guys. It is definitely not, it's definitely going to be apparent via the thumbnail that you guys will probably see. But we got a lot to showcase today. So I think it's best if we just jump right into it. And as always, guys, you know who it is. All right, let's get rolling on this haul video. It has been a good while since I really had anything. All right, let's jump on now. First thing I got here were a couple of Dale Earnhardt pictures at the Goodwill. This framed. I'm going to need to flip the actual picture itself, it looks like, because the hangers are not where they need to be. But frame piece of Dale Earnhardt picture. Anyway, so, and here is the other one. The championships. Pretty cool. Another picture I don't have of him. Very neat. Alright, these were a couple of Goodwill finds. The pictures were, and then this is actually another Goodwill find, believe it or not. Really cool metal Mustang Boss sign. Thought this was really neat. Even got the louvers in the back. It's a 3D looking sign. I thought that was pretty cool for $6 at Goodwill. I don't think you can go wrong. Only thing that could have made this better if it was a Mopar, but I still love it. Alright, that's enough of that. Alright, let's get rolling on to the main lines here. Yeah, my buddy kind of yanks my chain because I like my grandpa / retro stuff, but yeah, you know, I still think retro is the new black, so there's that much. I did find this, the Off-Road Rally, the Matchbox, the Ridge Raider. I thought this one was pretty neat. Here's the other ones you can collect on the bag right there. Kind of want that Volkswagen Golf Country. There's a few that I want. And then there's that. So, I also got the Pterodactyl. This was a while ago. We're kind of behind on cases, so yeah, we're way behind on where we're at. This is pretty cool. Here's the back here if you want to read. I'm not myself. I'm kind of tired and I'm kind of like running on fumes right now. I got some sleep, but I don't know. I'm just not feeling 100%. I guess just a lazy Saturday. All right. So then also adding to that, I had to get this delivered. I had to buy this. Thought this was amazing. This is the Rod Squad, the Hirahata Mercury. Pretty cool. Here is the back if you guys want to read. Pretty significant. And like I said, this is pretty darn cool. One of the most influential customs ever built. So, speaking of Mercuries, I also got the M2 Coke Mercury. I really like this one. I thought this was pretty sweet, the Mercury Custom. So yeah, and after I get this done, I'm going to be doing some hanging, guys. Going to be hanging up some stuff. Alright. Next up here was actually an in-store find. This is the Richard Petty's Garage Mustang. Pretty awesome. A lot of these done by Roush, I believe, with the parts on this car. Pretty cool. liking these castings, man. Auto World just absolutely killing it. Not even gonna lie, Auto World has just been doing us the biggest amount of fan service for real. Just gonna say that. Alright. There's a lot of special ones up here. What shall we do first? Alright, let's do muscle machines because I did get quite a couple. So this guy was selling 3, actually this lot right here, this, and this. He was selling these 5, and he also threw this in. So yeah, he was selling 5 of them. Threw this guy in, the 69 Boss 302. Nice little addition to my muscle machines collection. There's really not much on the back, but I'll show it anyway. Just the stuff you can collect from them. And then another thing is, I got this one here, the 69 Dodge Charger, Patriotic Series. And it does show some you can collect on there, even though they're not the same as this series, so it's kind of unusual. And then, along with the slot, was the Jesse James Plymouth Cuda 440, also known as the Orange Bomb. Pretty sweet. I really like this slam feature on these cars. I've got one, and I've actually opened one up when I have a out of package Jesse James car, but I also have the carded one, and I actually took these apart just to find out just one of them. But I took one apart that I had loose, and it's actually quite interesting how this little spring system works when you press the car down. But I will say this, they definitely took some liberties with 1/64th scale. These are definitely not. These are more like 1/60th or something. These aren't really... I wouldn't say these are 64th. These don't scale well, but they are cool. Do not get me wrong. Chrome front end. Get the multi-piece engine in there. Pretty cool piece. Alright, well this isn't a review, so I'm not going to get into that. Anyway, so also with this lot came some of the Road Rats by Jada. I'm speeding it up here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, the Road Rats, the 59 Chevy El Camino. Pretty nice little flat black with the red. Two of my favorite colors. Some of these older Jadas to me are just so cool. I don't like newer Jada, but these are definitely like more of my type stuff. And I like these because the wheels aren't super blingy. I dig this style. I'll just say that. Road Rats and Von Dutch, some of my favorites to collect by Jada. The only ones I really like by Jada. And then the 32 Ford. Pretty nice little casting. A nice little fat fendered 32. Can't go wrong with that. Nice paint. Nice looking. Too bad the blisters are kind of yellowed, but it's to be expected with the age of these. But it is a super cool little casting. And then here we go with the PT Cruiser. Pretty neat. Just kind of like your stylized Woody wagon. Sorry about that. I had to just turn my phone on silent. I didn't get a notification, but I do not want to be getting them in this video. Alright, so yeah, the PT Cruiser. Pretty cool. Got the painted in, or wait, are these actual lenses? I think they're painted in, if I'm not. They might be lensed. I don't know, I can't tell. But nice little casting. Alright, now moving on, I did get 3 of the Truckin muscle machines. And again, I definitely like mid-2000s-y type stuff, and this just screams my style. And I got 3 of these for 20 bucks. Guys had these on eBay forever, and of course I'd be the one to pick these up, obviously. I did pretty good with my eBay / thrifting this month, so I'm really not complaining. So this right here, the 02 Radical GMC truck. The only one I need out of this is the Radillac. And I don't know if I'll get the lifted ones. I really like the lowered versions of these. I'm not so sure about how I feel about the lifted ones, but these are super cool. Very neat. Slam, just, in my opinion, one of the cooler features that's been put on a model. Hot Wheels has that now where you can twist a knob and the wheels will go in and out, but you know, kind of cool. These guys were the originators of that feature. Here's more on the back you can collect. And I would say I definitely am looking for definitely a few more of these eventually in future time frame. But yeah, I love this series, man. I really do. I absolutely dig them. And there might be a few more I might grab, but pretty cool. Alright, some of these are really just turning into a feature all of themselves, but yeah, for real. And then this really awesome O2 excursion with the obligatory like flames down the sides and just your typical styling of the period time frame. Very, as my buddy would say, very mid 2000s-y type stuff that I absolutely dig. And yeah, in some today's time, maybe a little dated, but, and still cool. My type of style, very SEMA show-esque type deal. So yeah, pretty cool. Like this excursion, didn't have this casting. So this 2000 is one that I definitely needed to add, along with a few. I think I have the S10 and maybe a couple. And then here's the 2000 Ford F-150. I don't believe I have these castings, but these are definitely different from what I actually have in my rack, and I've definitely am adding to this after we get this video done, because I'm ready to do some hanging and some displaying. So yeah, there's a F-150. Again, like I said, some people think these are, you know, a little outdated, a little bit cheesy, but I don't know. I just dig these. I guess some people have personal preference. It's either kind of a love-hate thing with all these 2000s-y type stuff, but I think it's neat. Anyway, on the back row here, we're going to move on, and I think we'll start here. Alright, so, one of them fell. Whatever, we're just going to keep rolling. I got the Crow 1973 Ford Thunderbird. Pretty neat. Really dug this Greenlight Hollywood. I found this in the store. I really didn't think I was going to find this. When I came there with a group of mine, I went and I hid this and the other car that I'm going to show. But I hid these and then I came back. Luckily they were there. Was very thankful to have these, because on diecast models wholesale, you can't get these now. They are all sold out. So I was happy to have the Crow. Very cool. Alright, so moving on. I am just dropping everything today. I got the John Wick Chapter 4 Plymouth Cuda. This one is pretty neat. No Way Back, One Way Out. John Wick Chapter 4. I don't have this casting. This is a casting by Greenlight I do not have, actually. So, another casting I don't quite have. And speaking of CUDA, how about the Team Transports? I finally did get my hands on the Dan Gurney All-American Racers AAR. It's pretty cool. So yeah, happy to have this. Love these artworks that they do. Julian Goyles, the major artwork on these cards and all these car cultures are just, to me, they're fantastic. Absolutely. And moving on here. It's going to be so hard to get to this back row. I got the Fast and Furious, the Tokyo Drift Toyota Sorar. I really like this. It was pretty neat. Not really a hero car, more of a background, but it's nice to see that Hot Wheels is finally branching out into a few more Fast and Furious cars. We need Sean's Evo. We need a few in the premium, but it's really awesome to see them branching out. So happy with that. Even though it's not a hero car, it's not one of the main features, but it's still really cool. Or I don't think it is, at least. So yeah, there's that one. And I'd like to not tip my tripod over, so I'm just going to move that there. Alright, so finally scored this at the bookstore at Barnes & Noble. I have a hard time saying it without saying Barnes and Noble, because if you know, you know. There's a video of these guys talking about Barnes & Noble and books, but I'm not going to tie that in. Y'all are going to have to look that up. Look up, I like guys who can read, but yeah, I got this at Barnes & Noble. This is the Rotson, the 71 Datsun 240. The Rotson. Roadkill's affectionately named Piece of Junk. Really cool. Glad they finally gave us this instead of it being an exclusive. But yeah, they did have it at Barnes & Noble. I'll never be able to say that bookstore name the same after seeing that video, though. You guys got to look it up. Alright, so there's that. And then finally scored the Team Transport here. And another one. 72 Chevy Ramp Truck. And then the 66 Chevelle. Another NASCAR-based, not really a NASCAR, but based of that period. And you can definitely see the speedway in the back. Or this could be road racing, this could be NASCAR. To me, it definitely screams NASCAR. Alright, so there's that. And then, of course, up here is M2 machines. Let's go on with these. Here is the 32 Ford Roadster. A pretty cool little piece here. Happy to have this, another M2 that I probably didn't need, but hey, why not? Another 32 that I didn't have, and this has a different configuration for the top, and probably my favorite something's not right. I don't know. Oh, that's just the radiator hose. I thought something was broken on it for a minute. Evidently, they have the little radiator outlet. Yeah, this is really cool. I love these castings, man. These are some of my favorites they do. Very detailed. I almost thought something was broken on the injectors. Very cool. So yeah, another 32. Alright, speaking of which, more M2 machines if I can reach all the way back here. Another square body syndicate, or starting some of the square body syndicate. I got lucky on this. There was a case. I looked through it, found these, was very happy. I didn't think I'd find these in the wild, but this K5 Blazer, very cool to have. I'm pretty stoked. If I can find more of these, hey. If I don't, whatever. But finding one of these in the wild is pretty difficult sometimes, so I was pretty happy to have found this guy. M2 Machines has really been on fire, I'm not going to lie. They've had some really good castings lately. But yeah, this square body syndicate being one, very happy to have it. And I guess they have more you can collect. No, they don't, just on the back. Alright, so now there's that. And I'm trying to reach over here. I don't want to knock this camera over, but knowing me, I might. And then they got the Bandura. This one, the Square Body Syndicate Baja van. I don't really know if this is based off of... I know the Square Body Syndicate's a real thing, but I'm not sure if Vandemonium... I'll have to look that up. Kind of interesting. I'm not sure if this is based off of a vehicle that they might have, but I do know the Square Body Syndicate is an actual organization. So yeah. And square bodies are just becoming like stupid hard to find, especially in the wild. I just liked it. I thought it was cool. It's kind of a rat rod type van. So yeah, something to kind of add some rat rod vibe to my hot rod room. Not bad. Alright, so now moving on to 124 scale, shall we? Because we're going to go from the least exciting, I guess, to the most. And this is the 34 Wix Coupe. Pretty cool piece. As my friend says, this is kind of like your grandpa type stuff. So, but yeah, it's my kind of type thing, you know. I really like this stuff, man. It's really, to me, it's cool, you know. It is what it is, you know. I like this kind of type stuff. If, you know, anyone doesn't, hey, that's their prerogative. But I think this is cool. And then back here, we got some of the details of this vehicle, and they're pretty nice for what they are. Even though these are subscription cars, your typical auto parts store, you know, they are good for what they are, considering they don't make these scales for auto parts stores very much now, or seldomly do. These are still neat. Alright, I'm not going to open these boxes, but I will show them. I finally got the Danbury Mint, the a la carte. I might review this model at some point. I don't review a lot of 24 scale, but the details on this model, my buddy said these are just, they were incredible. He said that looking at this model, it kind of messed with his head, and, you know, he really was like into this, even though he's not a 24 scale collector. This is indeed a good model, and I totally forgot this was on here, evidently, whatever. Alright, so there's that, the a la carte. Not much to see, just a regular outer box. And then right up here, I'm trying to reach it, I got the Warren Johnson. This is the Goodwrench Plus. Now the box is rough, and it didn't come with the top foam, but even though the hood was loose in there, it still got here in great shape. I don't know how that happened, but it did. So yeah, this Goodwrench Plus Warren Johnson car. So there we go. By Action, and this is about one of 9,000-ish. Yeah, so a lot made. Alright, now the last thing up here, after put this guy up on here, is, get around over here. This is the Kenny Bernstein. This is one of 3,000 Racing Champions. The Authentics NHRA 50 plus years. The Budweiser King Dragster, and I've actually displayed all my 24 scale, except for the Wix, obviously. But I don't have the models to show, but just another nice piece. And 124 scale is kind of what I'm moving on to right now, because it's more of an economical option. It's a better decisions for me to make in terms of just like collectibles. So yeah, I'm just thinking that 24th scale might want to be the route that I go. But anyway, guys, that is my video for this month. Again, I'm really starting to think that with the viewership on haul videos that I haven't been really pulling, that it may be time to kind of reel it back. I don't think a lot of people watch these haul videos. If you do, that's great. Thank you. You're a faithful of the channel. But if you made it all the way to the end, that's awesome. But yeah, I just figured I'll just give a shout out. Like I said, I'm glad people have been subscribing. I'm glad the watch hours are going up. So I'm not even going to say anything. We got subscribers, we got watch hours. So y'all are definitely tuning in. I've been checking the weekly recaps. I've been checking the analytics. So I'm very happy with the way the channel is going. To all my subscribers, all I got to say is keep it up. And to the end of this video, you definitely know what to do. And as always, it has to be the J-Man 63. Hope you have a wonderful Monday. Get out there, collect something, find something. You know, you could definitely check your thrift stores and stuff, because at your thrift stores, you never know what you'll find. All right. So that does it for me. I got some stuff to hang, and yeah, I will catch you guys later. All right, bye-bye.